Good morning, teacher and classmates. My name is Karen Vera and my partner is Sebastián Oquendo. Today our group will talking about a very special Colombian. We nominate Jaime Garzon for his great impact on our society. He wasn't only a comedian but also a journalist, lawyer, and activist. He used humor to fight against corruption, to defend freedom, and to promote peace in Colombia. In this presentation, we are going to show you his life story, his main achievements, the changes he faced, and his legacy today. At the end, we will also have a quiz for you. Who was Jaime Garzon? Jaime Hernando Garzon eh, was born on October 24, 1960 in Bogota, Colombia. He studied political science at the National University of Colombia, but his real passion was communication and humor. Garzon became very famous because he used comedy in a different way. Instead of just making people laugh, he used humor to show the truth about politics and society. Then he created characters that represent normal Colombians, like Heriberto de la Calle, a poor shoeshiner who interviewed politicians and made them uncomfortable with simple questions. People admired him because he was creative, intelligent, and very brave. He spoke for people who didn't have a voice. We nominate Jaime Garzon because he was more than just a comedian. He represents courage, creativity, and social responsibility. He used humor as a weapon to fight for youth and peace, and he risked his life to speak the truth when many others were silent. He gave a voice to the poor and the forgotten people of Colombia, and he continues to inspire journalists and artists and citizens to defend freedom of speech. For all these reasons, Jaime Garzon is a model of leadership and bravery and that deserves our nomination.
So, the timeline about Jaime Garzon began around 1919 uh, after his study. Um, but he didn't finance his study of on University of National of Colombia on law. But in 1919, he worked at the Casa de Nariño during the presidency of Cesar Gaviria. Um, in, during the president, he worked like minor major of Sumapaz. Also, during the campaigns of the president, he was uh, he was how the cartel de Medellin kidnapped of Cesar Gaviria. So, in 1995, he worked on the production of Quad, the new program in RTI. Mm, that program, that program, it had very characters. For example, John Lennon and Mr. Lennon. That program was very important during transmission. Uh, Also, he worked during during that production in the Spectator. In, in 1998, he worked for how peace manager for the armed conflict in Colombia. Especially held he held them he held them freed kidnapped. Um, for during for their finite hits fine hits finite is in 1999 because he murdered for the paramilitares on Colombian during his driver uh, his work his hobby. So the achievement from Jaime Garzon are, for example, create popular character to crise corruption, from peace and dialogue during armed conflict, defend freedom of speech through humor, become a culture icon in Colombia. For example, the most important is his legacy inspired a new generation. So we can see that his achievements are around the political. For that reason, his achievement follow light on today. The principal reason is because Colombian culture is the same. So, definitely, his challenge are, for example, confront our groups through comedy and social criticism, question the morality of those who govern the country. So it's very important his challenge because uh, through his life he confronted the country's powerful using only humor, humor, humor as a weapon, and did um, and the understanding of our culture, economy, and tragedies. It's very sad. The finally. So and so this these are the challenge for Jaime Garzon.
Even today, more than 25 years after his death, Jaime Garzon is remembered as a national hero. He is a symbol of freedom of expression and human rights. His programs and characters are still admired and studied at university. His murder was declared a crime against humanity, which means it will never be forgotten of or ignored. And in 2025, the Colombian state accepted its responsibility, which was a victory for truth and memory. Jaime Garzon's legacy is still alive. His example how humor can be powerful, how courage can inspire, and how one person can change a whole country.